Good morning, almost noontime. My name is Chad, and today we are going to be discussing how to multiply, how to qualify, and how to know when you are in the right place at the right time and going after your dreams. And we're going to do this using biblical principles. Now, I learned this just yesterday myself, and I've come to the conclusion that, oh my goodness, I've been doing it all wrong. I have been focusing on the wrong things, wrong aspects of my business. I've been focusing completely wrong on all of this, and I want to share it with you because I believe it will be life changing for you as well. So if you like, subscribe, and comment in the comment section, it would definitely help me out. You can also visit my webpage. You can support me there by going to prosperwithchad.com. That's prosperwithchad.com. All right. So you know how often how you're always told like, all right, you gotta focus on the numbers. It's a numbers game. Is you got to talk to as many people as possible and bring these people in, and this is what you're gonna do. And then you gotta get like a certain amount of no's. You gotta get a certain. You gotta do all of this activity, and you come away disappointed because you did all that activity. Maybe you did it for months, the same activity over and over again, but nothing seems to be happening. There's no growth. There's like you did everything, you thought you were doing everything, and for whatever reason, uh, you're not getting the sales that you need. You're not getting the prospects to sign up, uh, and it's just not there. And a lot of times, a lot of people say, okay, it could be how you're saying, it could be your tone, it could be this, it could be that, and I'm not discrediting any of that because at the end of the day, when it comes to network marketing and affiliate marketing and business in general, numbers do play a very big part in business, just as you know, just as knowing what to say, how to say it, when to say it, that kind of thing, is helpful in getting you that sale or that next prospect into your business. But if you really want to learn more about how network marketing is supposed to work, affiliate marketing is supposed to work, look no further than going into the Bible, because the Bible is full of let's face it, it's full of network marketing tips and tricks to get you to where you need to be in the next level. So when you are learning these things, you really start to understand, okay, I've been focusing on the numbers too much. I've been focused on getting no's or yeses. I've been focused on, basically my own purpose. I've been focusing on myself. I have not been focusing. Or I've been focusing on trying to focus on others, but deep down, I'm still, thinking of my own needs, desires, that kind of thing. And what the Bible says, what Jesus says in Matthew 20, verses 26 through 28, he says, uh, if you want to be if you want to be a leader, you need to learn how to serve others. And so let's go to that scripture because it'd be better if it was just read with you here. And so it'd be Matthew chapter 20, verse 26 through 28. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant. And whoever wants to be first among you must become your slave. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others and to give his life as a ransom for many. So, what is the first thing that we need to do if we are going to grow our business? If we are going to expand and really become something big, right? What we need to do is that we need to first learn how to have a servant's heart to go out and serve other people. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, how can I serve people? How can I serve more people? How can I, do this? Because I don't know how to serve others. And part of that is really knowing what your purpose is in life, what God's his purpose, what he gave you as your purpose, understanding of what that is, and then applying that, and then helping others to achieve the same thing. So serving others is really utilizing your purpose and putting it out there to serve mankind. So you're serving more and more people, whether it be through ministry, whether it be through business, whether it be through whatever. So knowing your purpose, your vision, because your vision is part of your purpose to achieve that purpose, and the avenue, whatever it is that avenue is. Okay, so learning how to serve others and putting others before yourself is the first key to actually beginning to grow your business overall. So in reality, while we are looking at numbers, we are looking at trying to do okay, we got to talk to this many people, talk to that many people. See, the focus is it's like you're being out of sync because what you're focusing on when you're focusing on the numbers is a complete numbers game, right? When you're only focusing on the numbers, you're focusing on okay, I'm gotta do 20. I gotta get 20 messages out. I gotta make 20 phone calls. I gotta do this, and then what you're focusing on is the getting the 20, getting the 20. That's all you're focusing on, but you're not really focusing on your purpose. You're not really focusing on serving other people. You are sitting down and you're serving yourself, and you're going after those numbers. And so what happens, you might get one or two that might say, hey, yeah, send me this information. But because you're so focused on these numbers, you're losing sight of your purpose and vision that God has given to you. Okay, so learn to build an experience for your people. Learn to serve more people. Okay, so the more you serve, the better, the bigger your business can get. So this is all about serving other people more than yourself. So you have to ask yourself, you're here for a reason, right? When did you realize that you are meant for more? When did you realize that what you are doing is helping a lot of other people and that you continue to serve other people? When did that actually occur? Okay. Number two, we need to learn how to qualify our prospects, right? We need to qualify them appropriately because not everybody is meant to be with you, right? And in Second Timothy, or actually in Luke 19, let's go to Luke 19, and we're going to look at verses 11 through 27. Okay. Now this is the parable that Christ used when he's talking about this is like the qualification, right? So I'll go ahead and read it because it'll make more sense if I read from Luke 19, 11 through 27. The crowd was listening to everything Jesus said, and because he was nearing Jerusalem, he told them a story to correct the impression that the kingdom of God would begin right away. He said, a nobleman was called away to his distant empire to be crowned king and then return. Before he left, he called together 10, okay, he called together 10 of his servants. Okay, where am I at? Empire. Before he left, he called together 10 of his servants and divided among them 10 pounds of silver, saying, "Invest this for me while I am gone." What is this nobleman doing? He got 10 people. He got 10 of his servants, 10 people, right? And basically, be like, you got your 10, and then he taught them. He gave them a something to do. Go, and I'm giving you this amount of money. I'm giving you 10 pounds of silver, and I want you to go out and invest it. This was what he was doing. So he wants them to invest it, and then when he comes back, the accountability side of it. This is where the story continues. Okay, but his people hated him and sent a delegation after him to say, "We do not want him to be our king." After he was crowned king, he returned. So now we're starting to get to the accountability part. And the servants to whom he had given the money. He wanted to find out what the profits were. The first servant reported, "Master, I invested your money and made 10 times the original amount." So here is a servant who took the money that was given to him, and he pretty much doubled his money, right? The king's money. So he took whatever what the king did, he learned from it, he invested it, applied the knowledge and the vision for that, and we began to multiply. So now, what happened? The king was just not investing on himself, just one. Now he has two, right? There's two now, and they're both investing, and three and four, right? So you can see like the law, the numbers and stuff like that, how it's all working out. And the king said to this servant, "Well done," the king exclaimed. "You are a good servant. You have been faithful with the little I trusted you, so you will be governor of 10 cities as your reward." So what happened with the servant? So not only did he apply the knowledge and the vision, uh, what purpose he had was given by the king, he applied these things in order to double the money. And then what was the reward? He broke through that barrier, and now the reward is that he's going to be governor of 10 cities. Okay? So the other one says, the next servant reported, "Master, I invested your money and made 5 times the original amount." And like the first, the king said, "You will be governor over 5 cities." Pretty impressive, right? You work. You apply the king gave you a purpose. The king gave you money, and you applied it, and then you break through, and guess what? You get your reward. Okay. But the third servant brought back only the original amount of money and said, "Master, I hid your money and kept it safe. I was afraid because you are a hard man to deal with, taking what isn't yours and harvesting crops you didn't plant." So what did this third person do? Well, he hid it. He hid the talent. He didn't do anything with it. He just took the money and kept it, and then didn't apply it. Didn't apply it. Did not take the purpose that was given to him by the king. He did not uh, pursue his purpose. Instead, he hid it when he knew that he should have gone out and applied his purpose and serve and invest that money and get an interest. So he didn't do that, right? So because he hid his purpose from the world. He did not. He did not serve uh, at all. And so what did the king say? I mean, it's like, you wicked servant. The king roared, "Your own words condemn you. If you knew that I am a hard man who takes what isn't mine and harvests crops I didn't plant, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it." Then, so this is the key part, because this talks about the other seven, because only three showed up, right, to the accountability. Only three came to the accountability. Only two actually did the work and was rewarded, right? So now we're going to turn to the seven that just disappeared. They went away. They didn't do anything. And so what does he say? Then turning to the others standing nearby, the king ordered, "Take the money from this servant and give it to the one who has 10 pounds." So, still on the last one, but master, they said, "he already has 10 pounds." "Yes," the king replied, "and to those who use well what they are given, even more will be given. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away." So, going back to the previous one, not yet, not quite yet, to the other seven. What is being taught here is that if you take what you have, whether it be your business, whatever, and the purpose that God has given you, and you're using that purpose, and you are going after, and you are applying the knowledge, applying the vision, applying your purpose, you know, then God will reward you more. He will give you more. He would double your talent, right? Because why? You entrusted your purpose, you entrusted your vision, and you apply that knowledge and vision, and then and you're serving others while you're doing it, right? You're serving. He was serving the king, and he was doing these things, and what happened? He got double the reward. He got 10 more, and so he got more wealthier, right? He got 10 more cities. But the other seven that didn't show up, they didn't show their accountability. They disappeared, or they don't like the king. They didn't want to be servant to the king. What happened to those other seven? So as for these enemies of mine who didn't want me to be their king, bring them in and execute them right here in front of me. So that's pretty powerful. What's it basically, what is that saying? It's like, well, if you are constantly if you're constantly refusing your purpose, constantly refusing the vision that you have, constantly refusing to serve others, using your purpose to serve others, what's going to eventually happen to you? Yeah, you eventually are just going to die off, right? You're not going to be there. And this is what happens when you apply this to business. This is basically what happens in business, right? You get 10, and then you share what your knowledge, you share everything to these 10 people, and you're like, "Hey, listen, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to go out. You need to make this happen, and I'll give you accountability. I'll give you a date. Within 90 days, you needed to do this, right? So you have 90 days to get this done. Well, seven are never going to do it, right? Seven, they're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that, because you're already rich. It's a pyramid scheme. It's this is garbage. It doesn't work. It doesn't do this. Blah 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 blah. They complain, and they want to go out, and they want to kill your dream. They want to kill your purpose, and they want to kill your vision, right? Because why? They don't have they don't know their own purpose. They don't know their own vision. they don't know that they should be serving other people because why? They're so inner focused on themselves, so much so that they're looking for that quick, that get rich quick type of thing, right? And what happens? They fall away. They're completely gone. They get they become desolate. They get scammed by somebody else because why? They're looking for something that's going to produce something for themselves, much faster. And so those seven, they're gone. They've been executed. I mean, I don't want to be executed, right? I want to do something that God's called me to do, and and definitely do that. But what happened to the person that the person was accountable, and the person was he thought he was doing the right thing, but he kept his purpose inside. He kept the vision inside, and he did not share it to the world. He did not give it to the world. He did not, help others. So those talents, those that money, was taken away from him and given to the guy, to the one who doubled his money, right? Right, right. Because why? The king wants to get more, right? So he gives it to the one that's producing the most. And so we have to learn how to qualify our people. And basically, what this is also showing is that you are teaching your goal is to teach somebody else, other people, to do what you're doing and how to do it, and then you focus on the ones that are actually doing the work, right? So out of these 10, how many were that actually did the work that the king asked them to do? Two. Only two out of 10 actually did the work. All right. So you're focusing on those two only, right? And the rest are just kind of you're not really focusing on them at all. So that's part of the qualifying. And what else is this insinuating? It's insinuating that we need to multiply ourselves, right? Because we can't do it by ourselves. You cannot technically get rich, right? You cannot technically get the wealth that you're looking for by doing it all yourself. You need other people to help you. You need to expand out. If you think of all the people in this world that have a lot of wealth, why do they have a lot of wealth? It's not because they were self-centered and they did everything themselves. No, they diversified, right? They taught others how to do what they do, and that's how they began to get more. And they began to get more. Why? Because they were serving other people on how to get what they want as well. So we need to serve other people in order to do this. And we need to multiply, and the way we multiply is by focusing on the people that actually are doing the work and have achieved that timeline. For example, you share a video with somebody, right? And they and you call back and say, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna call you back in. I'm gonna check back with you in 2 days." In 2 days, they didn't watch the video. Man, I've been so busy, I just hadn't watched the video, but I'll watch tonight. Okay, so I'll check back with you tonight. So you check back that night, and what happens? Man, I got so busy, I just didn't have time to take a look at it. So, did that person disqualify themselves, or did they qualify themselves from you working with them? And the reality is, no matter, even though you think that that person is going to be this great person, whatever, right? Like big time person in your company. What happened? They actually disqualified themselves. Why? Why did they disqualify themselves? Because they didn't meet the timeline. They didn't do the work that they said that they were going to do. They showed to themselves and to you that they are not a person who adheres to a timeline. They don't care, right, about the timeline. They don't care about what is there. So you got to move on. You should not be focusing on that person, because why? They already disqualified themselves. And then the other thing we need to do when we're talking about teaching, we're talking about multiplying, in Second Timothy, okay, so we're in the same lines here, okay. Second Timothy 2:2. Timothy says that you have heard me teach things that have been confirmed by many reliable witnesses. Now teach these truths to other trustworthy people who will be able to pass them on to others. So what is Paul saying here? To multiply, you teach others. To multiply, you teach others that will be able to teach others that will be able to teach others, and generational and generational and generational all the way down. Why? Because when you put when you are building your business and you are applying your knowledge to other people to teach other people, well, guess what? Your business grows. Your business grows. So at the end of all of this, it's not really about numbers per se, right? I mean, it's not really about sowing, reaping, all that good stuff. I mean, there is a place for all of that, right? But what this is really saying is that we need to trust in God for our provision. And then we need to apply these principles, these biblical principles of multiplication, of teaching uh, the right people so that they could teach others, and so that we continue to multiply in everything that we are doing and continue to grow in our business. And when we do this, and when we begin to serve more people, in whatever that we are doing, then that multiplication will continue to multiply and continue to grow in everything that we are working on. And because we are serving more people and we are changing the lives of so many people, guess what? God rewards you with more. He rewards you with more. And so that's how you can actually get bigger and bigger and bigger. Is knowing where to focus, what to focus, and how to focus on. Now, you have to talk to people, and so yeah, of course, absolutely, you gotta make the phone calls. Absolutely, is it still a numbers game? Yes and no. It depends on how you're working it. But when you have the right focus and the right mindset when you're talking to people, then you can qualify and disqualify these type of people so that you can maximize your growth potential in a much greater way. So this is something that I had to learn. I was too focused on the numbers. I gotta do this. I gotta make 20 calls. I gotta send out 20 messages. I gotta I gotta do this, this, and this. And my focus was not on my purpose. It was not on my vision. Because if you're focused on your vision and your the purpose that God has given you, guess what? God will help start to bring in. You'll start having encounters with people where God ascends and it's like, hey, and then all the right pieces begin to fall in, right? And you begin to have that expansion. So I hope that you got a lot of value out of today's video. And if you're listening on the podcast, thank you for listening to the podcast. Comment, share this with others as well. You can support me by going to my page at prosperwithchad.com. That's PROSPERWHITHCHAD. Prosperwithchad.com. And as always, like, share, comment with your friends and family and those who don't know if you got a lot of great value out of this. And I look forward to talking with you on Friday. Y'all have an awesome, awesome rest of your day and week. You take care. Bye bye.